Your side believes it?
Why would they do that when I can just say that's not true?
Bizarre.
But who are they going to believe? They're going to believe me or a person who literally says whatever the audience wants them to say, which is what they did. Yeah, I'm not. Why would I lie? I have no reason to lie.
So it would have been interesting to...
If I her over, I would tell the truth.
Yeah.
I was like, we lied.
Yeah,
we told her I was taking a personal day, but realized I wanted to get Trump in. Not true. I tried to do both of them in the same day. That was my idea.
That would have been
my idea was to do Trump during the day, and then her to come. She had a thing she was doing in Houston. After the thing with Houston, I go, I'll fucking do it at midnight. I don't care. We'll do it whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
While you're in Texas, but I just can't do during the day because Trump's going to be here.
Podcast giant and comedian Joe Rogan has sparked major buzz online after calling out Kamala Harris for what he claims is a serious case of rewriting history in her new book. You may have seen that viral rumor floating around about Rogan ditching an interview with Harris to speak with Trump instead. Well, according to Rogan, that never happened. He laid out the facts and set the record straight. And let's just say, Harris's version of events isn't holding up so well under the spotlight.
That this is the closest race of the 21st century, and that it wasn't a mandate. That's just not true.
It's not true.
Gore and Bush was much closer.
Yes.
I think that was a 0.5%.
I don't know why she keeps saying this.
That's just a lie. And then also she's leaving out the fact that she lost every swing state, every single one.
Yeah.
So like, what are you talking about?
I know.
He won the popular vote, and he won the electoral college vote, and that's a mandate. Like, say that it's not a mandate. It's like, but it's almost like if you say it to the converted, that they're going to listen and repeat it. Yeah, he barely won.
Right.
Like, no, he...
Rogan wasted no time addressing one of Kamala Harris's biggest talking points from her book tour. She's been claiming the recent election was the most hard-fought in American history. But Rogan wasn't convinced for a moment. He pointed to the 2000 Bush versus Gore showdown, the recounts, the legal battles, the weeks of uncertainty, and said that was a real political war. Compared to that, he argued, this latest election wasn't even in the same league. What really bothered Rogan wasn't just the exaggeration itself, but what he sees as a growing trend among politicians, reshaping reality to make a loss sound like a near win. It's the art of rewriting history for a better story. And Rogan wasn't about to let that slide. For him, this isn't about party loyalty. It's about honesty, especially when millions are listening.
Crazy talk.
Yeah. It's wild. It is so wild.
She's probably hammered.
Yeah.
She's probably up there drinking wine. Kick us out next time, Kim.
So brutal. And I think she took credit for the no tax on tips things in the book as well.
That's hilarious, because that was clearly his.
Clearly.
He said it first, and they copied it.
It's amazing.
Did she really say that in the book?
I haven't read it, but I have heard from someone who did read it.
On top of reshaping the narrative, Kamala Harris is now facing criticism for taking credit for policies she didn't actually introduce. Rogan wasn't letting that slide either. He pointed out how Harris recently started promoting the no tax on tips plan as if it were her own idea. But according to Rogan, that proposal had already been circulating because Donald Trump had been pitching it for months to service workers and small business owners across the country. Once the idea started gaining traction with voters, Rogan argued, Harris suddenly stepped in and claimed ownership. To him, it's one of the oldest political plays in the handbook. Take credit when a policy is popular, vanish when it's not, and act like the history behind it never existed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Her team was not truthful about that encounter at all. They never committed to doing the show, ever. They said that, I said that I had a personal day, which is not true. I said I am not available the day that Trump was here. I said that day's not. I didn't say that I was have a personal day. They just made that up.
It's crazy.
And then they also said that they sent someone here to go through the studio, like sent someone to do a walkthrough. Not true.
No.
According to Joe Rogan himself, he never turned down Kamala Harris. He says it was actually her team that backed out. Rogan believes they got cold feet about how the conversation might go once it became real and unscripted, since her staff seemed to prefer a tightly controlled environment with predictable questions and polished sound bites. And honestly, it fits her campaign style. Harris was extremely selective with interviews, and even her longer appearances, like on 60 Minutes, felt carefully edited to stay perfectly on message. Rogan's point is that politicians guard their narratives closely. When the setting isn't scripted and the host isn't predictable, they'd rather walk away than take the risk.
I'm not. Why would I lie? I have no reason to lie.
So it would have been interesting to.
If I her over, I would tell the truth.
Yeah.
If I was like, we lied.
Yeah,
we told her I was taking a personal day, but realized I wanted to get Trump in. Not true. I tried to do both of them in the same day. I'll do it at midnight. I don't care. We'll do it whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
While you're in Texas, but I just can't do during the day because Trump's going to be here.
Yeah.
But they had to have known. I mean, the Secret Service there was 200 guys here. They had
In Texas.
No, in this studio.
No.
There was
For Trump.
200 people here for Trump.
For Trump. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It was packed.
Wow.
It was packed.
That's crazy.
Bro, they didn't around.
Okay.
They did not around. They surrounded the building. It was nuts.
Rogan didn't hold back, calling Kamala Harris a political chameleon who shifts her message to match whatever audience she's in front of, even if it contradicts what she said just days earlier. One moment she's championing progressive ideals. The next she's positioning herself as a centrist, whatever gets the loudest applause. Rogan even joked that he wouldn't be shocked if she woke up tomorrow claiming she's anti-abortion just to win over a new crowd. That, he argued, is the real issue. There's no firm conviction behind the performance, which is why she avoids unscripted interviews where the mask can slip. To Rogan, her politics don't feel like principles at all. They feel like shifting weather patterns, constantly adjusting, carefully rehearsed, and driven by an endless need for approval.
100 people here for Trump.
For Trump. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It was packed.
Wow.
It was packed.
That's crazy.
Bro, they didn't around.
Okay.
They did not around. They surrounded the building. It was nuts.
Interesting.
Yeah, they made sure that everything was safe and secure. So like someone had to know something that he was here. Like, it's not a mystery. But I said, but I wasn't trying to be deceptive. I said, I'll do it later.
Right.
I just can't do it during this time.
That's the excuse they took.
They want to do it.
That's like, okay, they took that excuse.
They never wanted to do the whole thing.
According to Rogan, the Harris camp never truly planned to do the interview in the first place. He says they were searching for an exit from the moment the idea was floated, because they knew sitting down with him meant no scripted answers, no protective filters, and no easy way to control the conversation. So when they learned Donald Trump would be nearby with his Secret Service detail, they suddenly had their excuse. A security concern was raised, and just like that, Harris's team backed out while making it look like Rogan was the problem. He called it a political dodge, pure cowardice dressed up as caution, and once you hear his version of events, it's hard not to see it as less about safety and more about keeping the narrative firmly in their hands.
Wanted to do the whole thing.
Never.
They wanted to do like a 45-minute thing in a different place. They didn't say scripted, but they did say that there's some things that she didn't want to talk about. And then they denied that.
That's what I meant by scripted. Yeah.
I said I don't care. I'll talk to you about cooking. I don't give a. I just want to know, who are you? I'll figure you out.
Yeah.
I'll figure you out in a few hours.
Yeah, in 3 hours you can't fake your way through the conversation.
No, I'll find you.
Yeah.
I'll find you.
Yeah.
I'll ask you controversial things.
Yeah.
It's all I have to do is ask you, why is the border open? We could talk about that for 3 hours.
Rogan revealed that Kamala Harris's team didn't want a genuine, unscripted conversation. They wanted a scripted, pre-packaged interview where every question was screened and every answer was rehearsed to perfection, essentially turning it into a campaign ad disguised as dialogue. And while it's politics, so maybe it shouldn't surprise anyone, it still feels wrong because the public deserves to hear from the real Harris, not the polished version shaped by media coaches and PR handlers. Rogan said he was aiming for an honest, open exchange, but by doubling down on control, her team ended up proving his point. The Kamala people see isn't authentic. It's a performance crafted for optics. Now, here's what Harris herself said about why the interview never happened. Let's roll the clip.